Hi, my name is Steve Palmer. I'm one of the playwrights involved in the Last Chance New Playfest. One of the pieces I'm presenting for the Playfest this year is a small piece. It's about 30 minutes, I figure, the running time. It's called Cat and Smoke. An unexpected phone call causes the character to go into a reverie about a former romantic sexual relationship. It kind of presents something that I think is fairly universal for people who've had an unfortunate romantic run-in. You know, how did they get into it? What should they have done? What was their fault? What was the other person's fault? And it's kind of left up to the audience to decide these questions. The character doesn't himself. He just kind of goes through these memories, sorts through them. And it's very emotional without being nothing explosive, or it's a kind of subtle emotional piece. Playwrights that have really strongly influenced me, I guess the first two that always come to mind are Shakespeare and Bertolt Brecht. I love those two playwrights because of their large, rambling stories. I'm also influenced by the language of certain playwrights. Shakespeare, certainly. W.B. Yeats. Everyone recognizes Yeats as being a famous poet of the 20th century. A lot of people aren't aware that he wrote a lot of plays. It's that caution with the language. Tennessee Williams, another figure, Garcia Lorca. I'm attracted to the idea of how playwrights use language in a little bit more elevated and extraordinary way. And I try to put that into my plays, at least the larger, more serious pieces. The bigger stories I would like to tell as a playwright very definitely take place, at least in the far west, the high plains, a place very like Montana, if not Montana specifically. I was born here in Helena, Montana. I was raised here, spent most of my life here. My great-grandfather homesteaded at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains. I'm fourth generation. And it seems to me that if you are born in a place, lived there, you know its rocks, its weather, its climate, the sensibility of the people, the culture, whether it's thick or thin. That becomes, in a sense, your language, your artistic language. And if you speak, it has to be in those terms. It's molded by everything that's around you. I think we kind of take that for granted. We kind of dismiss that, all those early influences. If you really want to speak about what broils inside you, or what's problematic, what was never resolved, the deepest parts of yourself, it seems to me you have to refer to this language which began in childhood. That's the way you can be not only eloquent, I think, but truthful.